Indian steel industry is quite competitive. It is the second most competitive country in the world next to Russia at the operating level. In spite of there being some disadvantages like very high logistics cost, very high capital cost of setting up the steel plants, and also very high cost of financing. So these are certain negatives which are there. In spite of that, Indian steel industry is very competitive. But there is an extraordinary situation like commodity crisis which have come in the last year, where the epicenter of this commodity crisis is China. They started dumping the products everywhere in the world. So that has caused a lot of financial distress in the steel sector in India. As we all know, steel sector is very essential for industrial development of an economy. So steel is very essential industry in that aspect. So therefore, whatever distress is there, that could be addressed by way of giving a hand-holding, by way of a restructuring of existing loans in a manner that the steel industry can come out of the current situation. So it is operationally very competitive, but the financing side, there are a lot of issues are there which requires to be addressed.
So we are hearing about a second package which is now being sent to PMO and Finance Ministry also. What are your expectations from this second package which is being now prepared for the steel industry?
No, I have no idea, but considering the pains in the industry is looking to only two things. One is, it is a long gestation projects, it is very highly capital intensive. For such type of industries, the funding has to be long term. If it is a 10-year funding, is not possible. It has to be 25 years plus kind of funding is required. Even though it is possible to raise from international sources the funding required for steel industry, it is not possible to raise external commercial borrowing beyond 5 years or 7 years. So therefore, external funding at lower cost is not possible. So we have to pay very high interest cost in the domestic industry. So reduction in interest rates, very long-term funding, and at the same time flexibility of repayments in line with the cash flows of the company over a period of time. So whoever is lending, they will be able to recover their entire debt. But when there is a cyclical factors or any other external global factors hitting the industry, when the cash flows are not enough to service the debt, so there should be a flexibility for the banking system, if they are satisfied, to restructure the debt without classifying it as NPA. So if that flexibility is created, I think it will serve the purpose.
So one last question on the pricing front, sir. How do you see the pricing going forward, the steel prices going forward, and have you taken any hike in this month also?
No, today I think international steel prices have gone up quite substantially. They are above the MIP prices. The landed cost of imports today is higher, over 15% compared to the domestic prices. So that is the scenario right now as far as the pricing scenario is concerned. So we will take a call. We have not taken a call about increasing price in this month.
We will take a call, sir.
Yes.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.